You ever notice how the quietest person in the room is the one you probably shouldn't mess with? I mean, you walk into Brooklyn High thinking it's just another school, new faces, new headaches, same old power games, and you tell yourself, just keep your head down, finish your senior year, don't stir up drama, right? That was Amani Brooks. She had this way of slipping through the crowd, headphones on, backpack slung low, eyes locked on her own path, and let me tell you, people saw that and made their own stories up. Like, she must be from somewhere rough, probably thinks she's tough, probably got an attitude. You know how folks talk when they don't know you? Yeah, that happened. First day, she steps off the bus, takes a deep breath, one of those long, steadying ones you take before diving into cold water. Because even though Brooklyn High looked a lot like her old school in Chicago, she knew nothing ever really stays the same. She wasn't planning on making friends, wasn't looking for trouble, just wanted to survive, collect her diploma, move on. Classic new kid strategy, especially when you're a black girl in a mostly white school. And right off the bat, the whispers start. Eyes follow her down the hallway, not curious, but measuring, like everyone's deciding if you're gonna be a problem or just another face in the yearbook. That's when she clocked Jessica Carter, the name floating around before first period even started. Jessica was the tall blonde with that "I own this place" swagger, surrounded by Monica and Ava, her loyal shadows. And then there were the boys, Ryan, Jessica's brother and the school's football darling, and Trey Morales, who never missed a chance to say something loud enough for everyone to hear. Imani had seen their type before, knew better than to mess with them, so she did what she always did, kept her eyes down, spun her locker combo, tried to disappear. But some folks, they just can't stand being ignored. By lunch, Imani was sitting alone, trying to eat in peace, when Jessica made her entrance, loud, smiling, like a wolf with perfect teeth. Well, look at this," she says, voice dripping sweet and sharp. Monica, Ava, Trey, they all pile on, taking shots, calling her shy, stuck up, dumb. Ryan leans in, towers over her, laughs like he expects her to break. But Imani? She just keeps eating, like their background noise. When Jessica flicks her juice all over her tray, Imani doesn't flinch. She just stands up, wipes her hands, dumps her ruined lunch, and laughs, this low, dry chuckle that says, "You really thought that'd work?" The cafeteria goes quiet, uneasy. Jessica tries to play it off, but you can feel it, a shift, like the air's suddenly thicker. By the end of the day, the story's everywhere. People whisper, "Did you see the new girl? She just walked away." For Jessica, that's worse than any fight. She feeds on fear, on control, and Imani just didn't give her anything. That night, Jessica's spinning, upset she lost the crowd, telling herself she just needs to push harder. And Imani, back home, sits at the kitchen table while her dad, Darius, pours coffee and watches her quietly. He doesn't ask what's wrong. He already knows. Darius used to be a fighter, a real one, in rings, not hallways. He taught Imani everything she knows, taught her control, taught her that not every battle is worth fighting out loud. She tells him, "I don't want to fight," but her fists are clenched anyway. She knows, and Darius knows, that sometimes you can't walk away. He tells her, "You don't start fights, but you finish them." Not to prove something, but to end it before it even begins. That's how he's always said it, cool, calm, not angry, just real. The next day, Jessica and her crew ramp things up. Elbows in gym, snide comments, Ryan stealing the basketball, Trey cracking jokes. Imani takes it all in stride, never snaps, never so much as raises her voice. But everyone's watching now, looking for a crack. By lunchtime, it comes. Jessica shoves her from behind. Her tray goes flying, food splatters everywhere, and the whole cafeteria holds its breath. Imani stands, stares right at Jessica, and just smiles. A real, honest smile. And that, right there, is when Jessica realizes maybe she picked the wrong target. Rumors fly all day. Some kids say Imani's dangerous, others say she's faking. Jessica's crew wants to settle it after school, behind the gym. No teachers, no cameras, just a lesson in who's really in charge. Word spreads fast. When the bell rings, the crowd gathers, hungry for blood, phones ready. Jessica stands in the center, arms crossed, her whole world teetering on this one moment. Imani walks out to meet her, head high, not nervous, just tired. Jessica tries to taunt her, calls her a coward, says she never fights back. Amani just tilts her head and says, "You think throwing food is a fight?" And that's when Jessica cracks, tells her brother to show Amani what happens to people who don't know their place. Ryan steps up, all muscle and bravado, swings hard. Amani steps inside, grabs his wrist, and flips him flat on his back before anyone knows what happened. The crowd gasps. Trey tries to step in, gets his arm locked and released so fast he yelps in pain. Suddenly, nobody's laughing. Monica and Ava look lost. Ryan's gasping on the ground. Trey's staring at Amani like he's seen a ghost. Jessica tries one last desperate move, grabs at Amani's hair. Amani catches her wrist, holds it, leans in, and whispers, "You don't have power over me, and you never will." Then she lets go and just walks away, leaving Jessica standing there, humiliated, powerless, her followers silent, her kingdom gone in one afternoon. The next day, Brooklyn High isn't the same. Jessica walks the halls, head up but heart pounding, feeling the stares, hearing the whispers. Nobody's scared of her anymore. Monica and Ava won't look at her. Ryan and Trey sulk in silence. Across the cafeteria, Amani sits alone, calm, eating her lunch. People glance at her, nod respectfully, maybe even wish they were brave enough to sit with her. But Amani doesn't care. She didn't come for the crown, never wanted it. She just wanted peace, and now, finally, she has it. And Jessica? She sits at her old table, trying to hold on to what's left, trying to pretend nothing's changed, but everyone knows it's over. Amani destroyed her power without ever throwing a punch in anger, just by refusing to play the game. So here's the thing. What would you have done? Would you have fought back, walked away, or tried to change the story? Where do you draw the line between standing your ground and keeping the peace? Drop a comment, share your story, because sometimes the quietest person in the room is the one who changes everything. And yeah, maybe next time, think twice before underestimating the new kid.